And the BJP will release its manifesto, that is the Sankalp Patra for the Lok Sabha polls, with its planks of welfare and development besides a roadmap for Viksit Bharat expected to figure prominently in its election agenda. Prime Minister Modi and other senior leaders of the party are expected to attend the unveiling of the manifesto at the party headquarters, which coincides with the birth anniversary of B.R. Ambedkar, as the BJP government has fulfilled most of its core ideological promises, including the construction of the Ram Temple in Ayodhya and the repeal of Article 370. All eyes will be on how the ruling party's larger cultural agenda figures in the manifesto. The BJP had appointed a manifesto committee which was headed by Defence Minister Rajnath Singh that deliberated on the contents of the manifesto after the party had launched multiple exercises, including social media campaigns to seek people's suggestions. Now, party sources said measures for youth, women, farmers and poor, which are the four groups or the four castes Prime Minister Modi has often spoken about, will be among the highlights of its poll pledges. My colleague Vasudha Venugopal is also now joining us on the broadcast. She is getting us more details as to what is expected today. Well, Vasudha, what we are learning is that the four groups, as I mentioned, or the four castes Prime Minister Modi has been referring to so far in his speeches, that is the youth, women, farmers and the poor, are going to form a major essence of the party manifesto. What more is expected?
Absolutely, Kitty. The GAN formula is something that the Prime Minister has been talking about. Even JP Nadda, the BJP president, spoke about it at the National Council meeting, which is basically Garib, Yuva, Annadata and Nari. What I understand is that the manifesto, the BJP wants it to be showcased as a statement of confidence. Remember, in 2019, the BJP had released manifesto just 3 days before elections. Today, it's symbolically and politically a very potent day because it's also, Ambedkar Jayanti, which also symbolizes the party's outreach to deprived sections. Also, it is Tamil New Year, and New Year is being celebrated in different parts of the country. So this is also one way of the BJP sending out a political message that, it is the only party, the largest party, the dominant party that is that has a nationwide presence. What I understand is that the limit for borrowing when it comes to mudra loans for Yuva and also for youngsters and also women could go up, because this is also one way of targeting and countering the Congress's allegations on jobless growth. Remember, the Congress party's manifesto, which was released on the 5th of April, had a lot of focus on unemployment and financial doles for women. I'm told that BJP manifesto will not be like that. It will be something that will focus on welfareism, not freebies, because the Prime Minister has time and again spoken against the concept of what he sees as revdies. So this is going to be, focused on welfareism, and of course, the cultural agenda that you said, cultural nationalism, will be an important aspect, and more importantly, governance and Viksit Bharat. It's going to be a futuristic manifesto which will look at setting a roadmap for the country for the next few years. The Prime Minister is going to come here around 9 o'clock, and the manifesto is going to get released in about an hour and a half from now. And after that, he actually leaves for the Parliament to celebrate Ambedkar Jayanti. So it's going to be a quick, program and setting the agenda in place.
Absolutely. Vasudha, well, the focus, of course, is going to be on welfare and development. But at the same time, as we've been talking about it, cultural nationalism or the broad cultural agenda of the party, the focus is going to be on that only, that as well. How is that going to feature in the manifesto? How is that likely to feature in the BJP manifesto, considering the fact the BJP has already fulfilled its promise of the construction of Ram Mandir? How do we see this now?
That's a very good question, Kitty. And that's something all of us have been thinking about. I was looking at the earlier manifestos of the BJP. In 2014, the focus was so much on Kashmir, on the abrogation of Article 370 and also annulment of Article 35A. They had also said that Kashmiri Pandits will be facilitated to go back to the valley. That was also part of, the nationalist cultural agenda. But, then Ram Mandir, of course, has been featured in the manifesto for a long time. CAA, they've also talked about NRC being implemented in a phased manner. We are not very sure if that is going to feature in this year's manifesto, because you remember that there have been protests for a long time. But what I'm told is when it comes to infrastructure, development of something like, the Kashi corridor, or for that matter, Mahakal corridor, Narendra Modi's governance has also showcased how cultural and religious sites could be developed into not just, religious, circuits, but also the the infra could develop and economy could economy could be boosted around these sites. So that is something that will sort of make its presence very clear in today's manifesto, is what I've been told, and also reaching out to different sections of the society, because the Congress manifesto has also been really focused on representation, cultural capital, something for the south of India, because there's so much emphasis on Tamil Nadu. So we are expecting something in Tamil Nadu votes in the first phase of the election. We have seen the government do something like Kashi Tamil Sangamam and all that. So that will also be a powerful part of the symbolic messaging that the party wants to give out.
All right. Thank you so much, Vasudha, for getting us all those details there. We'll keep an eye on the developments and also the party manifesto that is expected to be released at around 9 a.m. Prime Minister Modi is going to be present for the unveiling of the manifesto.